Hello, my little treasures. Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday. I need to work on like a little intro, but for now, this is good. Yeah, we're pretty much just gonna jump into it. We've got some crazy things going on as far as the transit. So if you are feeling like self-sabotaging, don't. It is time for you to get creative. You need to be making something. You need to be writing your feelings out. You need to be going for walks. Um, get you a little outlet because otherwise, um, it's just energetically an interesting time. And it's better to release, you know what I mean? Let's get these nice and shuffled. I am considering doing readings specifically for mutable signs because someone recommended that I do Virgo readings, and I have noticed a lot of people do Virgo readings because we're the best and because we like to stay in the know. We have control issues if we're being completely honest, but it's also just, it's helpful. But I've also noticed in my reading specifically, I've been pulling a lot of cards that are specifically like the Gemini card, the Sagittarius card, the Pisces card, and having a lot of kind of just like mutable energy popping up throughout the reading. So I feel like I might start that way, and if maybe if it doesn't work, whatever. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe once this picks up a little bit. For now, I'm still gonna stick with the generals. But let's get into it. Clear, concise messages, Spirit. For the collective, what messages do we need to know? The verse pulled to this message, what do we need to know? So we're starting off with the Six of Cups. This is a very nostalgic energy, almost like childlike. It's very, the way that these cards are done. Again, this is the Small Spells Tarot deck. So it's these little, they look like lovebirds. They've got little roses in their mouths. It's really cute. And that is kind of the energy of the Six of Cups. Like it doesn't have to be necessarily romantic, but it is very just like kind of lighthearted and full of youthful energy. This could either be you getting back into your inner child energy, revisiting things from the past, because you have the Five of Pentacles, which is sort of like this lack mentality, this idea that you don't have enough, you're not secure, you're not safe. And so I kind of feel like maybe you're investigating why that is, why you feel that way. Maybe kind of like if you have abandonment issues, kind of understanding where that comes from, because abandonment is something that happens in childhood because you can actually die if you're abandoned as a child. You're an adult now. If someone leaves you behind, you're going to be okay. It might feel like you're dying, but you'll be fine. And it could be, you may have scarcity around other things, because again, with the Pentacles, you also have the King of Pentacles. There's kind of this, it's an energy related more to the physical world and to money and things like that. So it could be also that maybe you have an interesting relationship with your caregivers and how they perceived money and dealt with money growing up, that you could be feeling this insecurity. So maybe kind of investigating that. Although the Six of Cups is a little bit more lighthearted, it can still, of course, like be about trauma. So maybe now you're kind of learning, like, oh, I can release those things. And with the King of Pentacles, you're stepping into a more stable energy. You're stepping into knowing how to manage the physical world, your finances, caring for the people that you love, and being present. So I love that. That's a great sign. So yeah, maybe you're kind of processing where some of your beliefs came from so that you can step into this new energy. We have the Page of Cups. That's a very exciting energy. That's you're feeling your feelings, you're navigating how to deal with your feelings. This can also be if you didn't learn how to do that prior, or weren't always shown how to best let your feelings flow. It looks like you're doing so now. Again, writing might be a good option for you, singing, making music, getting your feelings out in a creative way would be really beneficial right now because you have the Page of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So you have this new clarity, this a sense of, oh, I understand why things were the way they were, and you're processing things, which is really exciting, and it's intense too at times. So be careful with yourself, be gentle with yourself, because sometimes we start unpacking things and it's almost too much to deal with. So please make sure that you're giving yourself grace. You are not here only to heal. You're here to have a human experience, and some of the human experience is just going to have fun or getting yourself in trouble, or there's a lot. I'm proud of you for wanting to heal and for moving towards that, but have fun as well. What else here? What do we need to know? Ooh, the Hanged Man. Yep, surrender. Don't keep rushing this process. I'm gonna put it up here. Yeah, because you've got the Five of Cups. So, Five of Cups and Five of Pentacles both are a sense of lack, and I think maybe there's kind of an energy of not always being able to see the good. Maybe that's because you have been, either you grew up in chaotic situations, or as an adult your love life has been chaotic, your career life, whatever. You don't have to live that way anymore. If you will surrender, if you won't try to control everything, this is the Hanged Man's card, just so that you can see kind of designs with little butterflies. If you're willing to release your need for control, that is when the best things flow to you. And it's so uncomfortable, but coming out of your comfort zone is also when you get new opportunities. Because the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. If there's something that isn't working for you anymore, you have to give it up. Or at least be willing to try new things in order to let these opportunities flow in. With the Five of Cups, you're looking at something and you're focusing on how it's not working, on why it's broken, why things are so wrong. But you have the Two of Cups. You have so many beautiful things around you. You have maybe a mutual connection with someone, maybe this is a love interest and you're coming up with reasons why it won't work out, when there's a million of green flags there as well. It's a good sign when you're able to read red flags and see them, but there's still the level above that. Okay, so when it comes to boundaries, there's not having any, disrespecting yourself for other people, whether that's romantic or platonic, or in career, you're just willing to do anything to people please, which people pleasing is not always a bad thing, but it is usually detrimental to yourself. So yeah, that's at the bottom. Then you start noticing things, and it's you can see the red flags, and you can see what energy you're not going to accept anymore. The only thing about this tier is people do tend to lean one way. You may still have some anxious tendencies and still kind of be like, oh, I see that. Oh, I shouldn't be letting that happen. I'm going to let it happen anyways. Or, oh, I see that. Hell no. Cutting people off instantly. Not communicating, not giving them a chance to fix it, not working things out. It's just running. So that's kind of where a lot of us get stuck. And I was stuck here for a very long time on both ends of the extreme. Then there is being able to notice green flags, being able to communicate, being able to work things out, and apply pressure and even adjust yourself, not in a way that is compromising of your boundaries, but in a way that is taking in new information and saying, okay, maybe my way is not always the best way, and adjusting, while also still remaining respectful of yourself. So basically what I'm trying to say here is there's a lot of conflict with the Five of Wands. There's a lot of like kind of inner battles, Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles, a lot of this feeling of kind of scattered energy, emotional, physical. You're feeling very much like you're kind of at odds with yourself, battling yourself about whether or not things in your life are okay. And it could be because things are calm right now. You could be scared because things are boring. When things are boring, it's usually just because they're good. So, or they're finally settled. Enjoy that settled energy. Bask in it. Because once things start picking up again, you're going to wish you were right back here. What else? Okay, we got the King of Swords. And you know this. You're analyzing this. You're being aware of like where these things are come from, because all of this is so much mental energy in this as well. There's a lot of emotional, but a lot of mental energy coming out in this. You have the Ten of Swords. You have the Star card, which is Aquarius energy. Eight of Cups, and the Page of Wands, Four of Pentacles. So with the Ten of Swords, and this could be a past ending, or this could be you right now finally cutting away these old beliefs, which is what I kind of feel. I feel like you're kind of stuck right there where you're like, you're at the door and it's either you're going to go through it or go back. And that Ten of Swords, I'm hoping for you that you go through it and you slam that door and you never look back to these ways. But it's hard, because if you've been betrayed, or if you've lived in survival mode for so long, or if you've had chaos be your norm, how do you go forward? And how do you release resentment? And how do you do these things? It can be so complicated. But you have hope here with the Star card. You do know, like, you seem like you're someone who is interested in self-healing. You probably are into psychology. You probably do want to know why people are the way that they are. And that gives you a sense of hope. And a sense of control to some extent. Again, we do want to watch out for not overdoing it when it comes to the healing thing. Your purpose here is not only to heal. So make sure you're creating space for yourself to enjoy life as well. Hold on. I really like how this writer, a reader and writer, broke down some of these, and so I just want to see if they had anything about the Star card. That positivity, embodying a high vibrational energy. We're going to talk about vibrations in a minute, because both high and low, neither one is necessarily bad. It's more about recognizing in your body messages that you're being sent from the universe, but we'll get into that another time. Okay. Letting your light shine, acting from your gifts and talents, sharing yourself with others, simply being. The Egyptian sky goddess Nut is shown arching over the natural worlds of the earth and sea, shown by the birds and fish. While she contains the qualities of fire and air, the stars in the sky, uniting all the elements within yourself, the emotional nature of water, the groundedness of earth, the activity of fire, and the ethereality of air. Aligned within yourself and with the external world, replenishing yourself so that you can continue to give to others. Yeah. So you're pulling back, you're checking in with yourself, you're using wisdom from experiences you've been in before to, in a positive way. You're not just acting out of fear and being like, oh, bad things happened before, they're gonna happen again. You're choosing to be like, all right, well, now that I know better, I can do this differently. With the Eight of Cups, this is kind of like transitioning, and it's like feeling like you want more, that there's more out there for you, working towards your personal growth and evolution, starting out on a spiritual journey, not being satisfied with the status quo. And again, both a lot of air in this, so you could have air placements, which are always kind of led to be different from others. But this is water. We have a lot of water here too, so you could be Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But yeah, you're very much kind of feeling like you want to go on this adventure, this spiritual journey, and elevate yourself. Watch out that you're not doing it because you're not, like, nothing is ever enough, and make sure you're still being appreciative of what you have, but go on this journey. Allow yourself to grow. Page of Wands, this is a fiery energy. You have this passion. You have this thing that you want to gain knowledge about and apply your energy. You want to shoot that energy off in this specific direction. So get clear about what that is. With the Four of Pentacles, we have another kind of scarcity mindset. There is a lot of scarcity here. I wonder if it's also about your abilities. Are you worried that you don't have enough to offer the world, to offer your partner, to offer XYZ, whatever this may apply to? You do. plenty of cards in this spread are screaming King of Pentacles, King of Swords, the Star, all of this. You absolutely have what it takes. You are full of vibrant energy of both mental and physical power. You're ethereal, you're intuitive. With Seven of Swords, you're either battling yourself. This is almost like you're just being piercing for the sake of being piercing. You could be blocking other people from coming into your life. You could be blocking yourself. I'm taking it more of an energy of how you're speaking with yourself. And you have to be careful about self-deprecating talk. It's okay when the thoughts first come up. Intrusive thoughts are there to be acknowledged, and they are also, same with any sort of like low vibrational energy. It is to bring to your awareness that certain things maybe are not meant for you, or that something is out of alignment. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are bad, but when you get that thought that's telling you, I can't do this, I can't blah blah blah, I'm not good enough, hear it, check in with the child inside of you who is obviously still holding on to that message and who still believes that. Find out where that came from, figure out who told you that, where it first happened or most recently happened, or why that is still a recurring thought, and nurture yourself through it, because you absolutely can do whatever it is that you want to do. You have so much power behind you, and you're so divinely guided and protected. I'm very much picking up an energy of somebody who has gotten lucky a lot through life. Like, not lucky, but I mean protected. Like, plenty of bad things have happened to you. You've definitely had struggle, but even the worst that has happened to you, it was like this close to being 10 times worse. You've maybe faced death. You've probably either been homeless or faced homelessness and still been able to pull yourself back up or get through it. Which is not to say that you're I'm not pro victim blaming or anything like that. Like, I'm not pull yourself up by your bootstraps stuff. I have a lot to say about the government, but it does feel as though you have been able to navigate those situations with grace and come out of them. Seven of Pentacles, and you're a hard worker. You're dedicated to your trade and to doing sometimes the mundane tasks, and it's kind of entrepreneurial. Like, maybe that's a reason why you've kind of struggled in the past, is you think a lot, and you think about the way things are and that they could be better. This could even be related to the way society functions. Is like, you want to do more. You're like, why do we all function the way that we function when there are things and that could be more beneficial for all of us? Like, community care is crucial, and why is it not happening? Knight of Wands, you're feeling fired up about this. Your energy could be a little, there is some scattered energy here, so I would suggest reeling it back in. But with the Fool card, you're still willing to take the risk and go forward with it. You're not entirely, maybe that's why you're doubting yourself, because you don't know exactly how you want to pull this off. But taking baby steps are steps, and yeah, and then you got the Emperor card, bitch. Yeah, you have more than enough power and finesse to get this done. Like, this is the boss of bosses. Like, daddy energy, stable, sturdy, balances being grounded, extremely smart, emotionally intelligent. You have everything at your disposal. Remind yourself of that. Get clear about what you want to go after, and go after it. Period. Yeah. That's my message for you today. I like that. Yeah, no, I'm actually feeling very empowered by that. I want you to pull back from some of this mindset telling you that you can't or that you don't have enough. You have what you need right now. Make it work. Take those steps. I always say that underdog story is going to be so good. That's the only way that gets me through some of like the BS or feeling like a side character sometimes. Like, I just remind myself that, ooh, when I hit that main character arc and when I finally go through it and things are just blah, 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 which things have been getting really, really good for me right now, which is why I'm thinking about it more. But that underdog story, whew, it's going to be beautiful. So Okay, yeah, that's my reading for you, and I will see you on Thursday.